Zain had moved to a new city with nothing but a suitcase and a broken soul. He had left behind a life that hurt, a failed relationship, a job that crushed his spirit, and a father he hadn't spoken to in over 3 years. Their last conversation had ended in silence. His father had said something Zain couldn't forgive. Zain had walked out and never called back. But before leaving, he had given his new address to an old friend from his hometown, just in case something important needed to reach him. He had no idea that same address would one day change everything. Now he lived alone in a small apartment on the 4th floor. No friends in this city, no family. Just the hum of a ceiling fan and the weight of things left unsaid. Evening 1. He had just finished dinner when he heard it. A soft sound, like paper being slid under a door. He went to look. A white envelope, sealed, no name on it. He opened it slowly. Inside, only one line. Call your father. Zain laughed bitterly and crumpled it. Why should I? He whispered. He never once called me. He threw the letter into the bin and went to bed. But he didn't sleep for a long time. Evening 2. The next evening, same time, same soft sound. Another white envelope. Zain stared at it on the floor for a full minute before picking it up. He told himself he wasn't curious. He was wrong. Time does not wait for pride. Something stirred in his chest. He pushed it down. He tossed this one too, but this time not into the bin. He left it on the table. He stood by the window that night and watched the city lights blur in the rain. He thought about his father's hands. Rough, calloused, always working, always providing, never speaking. Evening 3. On the 3rd evening, Zain sat by the door before sunset, waiting. He didn't admit to himself why. The sound came exactly at dusk. This is your last chance. After tonight, there are no more letters. His hands trembled. Something inside him cracked open. He sat there for a long time. Then, slowly, he reached for his phone. His finger hovered over the name. Baba. He hadn't pressed it in 3 years. He pressed it now. It rang once, twice. Then a stranger's voice answered. Hello, who is this? Zain froze. I'm calling for my father. This is his number. A pause. Then the voice, gentle and careful. Beta, I'm a nurse at City Hospital. Your father was admitted 3 days ago. He passed away this evening. He kept saying, I just want to hear my son's voice one last time. The phone slipped from Zain's hand onto the floor. He didn't cry right away. He just sat there, on the cold floor of his empty apartment, staring at the door. The door his father would never knock on. The door those letters had come through. And then it hit him, all at once, like a wave. The twist nobody saw coming. 3 days. His father had been in that hospital for exactly 3 days. The same 3 days the letters had arrived. When his father was taken to the hospital, he had searched for the old neighborhood friend to whom Zain had given his new address. He asked the nurse, Go to this address. Every evening after sunset, slip 1 letter under the door. Not to beg, not to blame. Just 3 quiet lines. Written by a dying man who only wanted his son to call before it was too late. The last thing his father whispered to the nurse before closing his eyes. If he calls after I'm gone, tell him I forgave him a long time ago. I was just waiting for him to forgive himself. That night, Zain sat by the door until dawn. waiting for a fourth letter that would never come. No more letters came. They never would. Moral: sometimes the people who love you most are the quietest ones, fighting their own battles just to reach you one last time. Don't let pride write the ending of your story. Call them. Today. Right now.